Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, where is everyone? It's just me today. I'm starting to feel a little lonely. I'm starting to feel a little bit self-conscious. Hey, there's everyone. Cool. Just kidding. I don't think I'd ever really feel lonely because I just talk to myself and then I talk back and then I answer. And more so than that, I now have an AI that I could talk to all day. So I promise you I will never feel lonely. All right, so welcome to my kitchen. I'm working from home today. My daughter is watching TV and she's being really, really well behaved right now. So I'm not going to jinx it. I'm going to leave it as is. And let's kind of just get into some stuff. Um, First, I'll go into the numbers. So we are at 429 members now. Now, remember, a member is anyone that's paying a recurring subscription. So with the launch of prompt engineering, which has been phenomenal, I got to tell you. So I remember when we were. Oh, and by the way, I see that the camera's here, but the screen I'm looking at's over here. So if it looks like I'm going to try to see if I can do a little better job. Okay. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, yeah. So I remember when we were talking about prompt engineering at the. Oh, this big light behind my head. Um, I remember when we were talking about prompt engineering in the beginning, and I was super excited about it. And it kind of went by the wayside, and not because we lost excitement, but because we had to focus on what we were doing, right? So everything is always going to be Rhino bucks, and when it comes to the automations and the Whisper program and the bot, these are all things that are very important. And we had this proptology, which we have since changed to prompt engineering, so that's a good thing. Um, but my vision with that program always was that a lot of people have access to the AI, the 3.5, not the 4, and it's almost like, oh, it's a cool shiny object. But like anything else, you have those that know how to use it, and you have those that don't really feel like they have a use for it, and then they don't use it. And unfortunately, or at least what we were saying was that we believe the world has changed with the advent of AI. It's not so much dependent on your level of intelligence anymore, or your ability to retain information, or the years that you spent studying, or anything like that, because now that can all be done by the snap of a finger. What's now important is your ability to actually write the correct prompt, your ability to go ahead and really quickly accomplish something in such an efficient manner, versus others. And if everyone else is able to do it and you're unable to do it, well, then you're really left behind. In fact, you could be a doctor that spent 70 years in practice, and then all of a sudden someone knows how to prompt engineer, and they're going to get better answers than you would have in your experience. So we wanted to go ahead and create a platform, or program that was able to offer out, you know, kind of like a foundational knowledge, like here's the prompts that we use the most, and then every week thereafter build on it. Okay, and this is what we're doing this week, or this is the latest and greatest prompt, or this is the 2.0 version of something. And when I announced that we were going to do the 1 hour live bootcamp, it was simply to go ahead and welcome everyone new in. Hey, okay, this is the foundational stuff. This is what you need to know. And then we would just save that video, put it in the email sequences to invite somebody. Therefore, anyone that signed up would then be able to watch the video and everything would be fine. What I've come to find was that was so much fun. I really felt like we were in control of the message that we wanted to get out. I spent a couple hours prior to the live, and putting together the PowerPoint, and practicing with the prompts beforehand, and writing the example prompts that I was able to just kind of take and put in and let everyone see what it does. And it was so cool. And I got to tell you, also in researching it, there's things that I learned Saturday. In fact, there was one or two prompts in our effort to get to a top 10 that we had never used before, but we went ahead and really researched what we think would be the best, meaning we're now better for it. And I think that's really cool. So I need to go through, I'm sorry, let me just move around. That light above my head is bothering me because I know it's probably bothering you. Um, I need to go through my emails and stuff, because the flow was that anyone that signed up for the chat GPT, then got the welcome email that offered them to sign up for the prompt engineering that we were having the live that night or that day. And then they were able to sign up for the Zoom. I think now that it's over, there's probably some kind of movement I need to do. So I'm just going to go through that. I do know there are people that email me saying, hey, Ant, I didn't get the link or I signed up for it, but this is what I'm seeing on the Rhino Hub portion, the membership site. So I'm going to give that an audit today and it'll be corrected, I want to say within 2 hours. So just kind of bear with me there. But I do want to share, we have 26 brand new members, well, not brand new members, but 26 new recurrings as a result of prompt engineering, which is really cool because we had 0 as of a week ago. Now we have 26. So that's really, really good. And again, it is $1 a week, which isn't a high amount at all. But again, it's the recurring that I'm interested in. And do I believe that at some point down the road that those that are getting into prompt engineering might say, hey, listen, let me check out some other stuff, or let me kind of become more of a participant in this Rhino thing. And I think so. So like I've been saying, my focus is on the member numbers, not the average per member, because I do believe that's something that down the road, and not too far down the road, but in front of us, we'll be able to go ahead and solve. Especially since Rhino Bucks isn't somebody paying us, it's them investing for themselves. It's their money that they could redeem at any point. So I do believe we'll get that number up. We just need to get to it. And right now, that's not necessarily our focus. Rhino Bot, I'm going to be working on today with the team. I did give them the weekend because we're in a good place. I told them that I do want to begin testing with it Wednesday. I do want it to be live by Friday. So we'll see. That's the best expectations I can share at the moment. I do remember seeing it and it's in a really good place. And I remember the edits that we needed to make were pretty much I believe would have been done that day. Like that's how close we are. So I'm optimistic. Whisper, again, I'm very optimistic that I believe we'll have it even done by today. Now, of course, you could go on Chrome right now, any other browser than Safari, and you could play with it. Like it is functional, but the voice is not the voice I want. It's very robotic. It talks very quickly. There's some things that I still want corrected, and I think that will all be done today. Again, the heavy lifting's been done. Now it's just the editing, which I think is a good thing. Oh, so you know what? Something fun. So I think a lot of people here remember Hipsuasion, and those that don't, that was our first foray into this internet marketing thing, right? Like that was the first introduction of Anthony, and that was actually, so that was when Rhino was just, so the name of the company is Rhino Research LLC. That's the name of the parent's company. But there was no Rhino platform yet. It was Hipsuasion, a program by Rhino Research LLC. I still see. I worked with Rick and Keep It Moving at that point, so they own the domains. And although that they said they promised they would send them over, they've had tech difficulty in sending them over, which is fine. It is what it is. But we have all the videos still from the master class. So I was actually going through them this weekend, and we look so young. It was back in 2020. The camera wasn't as good. I was living in New Orleans at the time. You could hear the police sirens in the background. But I downloaded all of them, and I'm going to be putting them up on Rhino Hub because why not, right? Like another free program. Hipsuasion was really good. In fact, I remember someone said to me once, they go, Hipsuasion, you took Hipsuasion and created Rhino. Like you applied Hipsuasion to it. And I was like, actually, I did. That is Rhino. Every key concept of Hipsuasion. So I do want to put it in the hub. That's not like the most pressing thing, but it'll take some time, and I'm hopeful to do it today. What else did I have? Let me take a look at my list. There was something. Oh, okay. That's what I'm really focused on. So I've been sharing that we're going to be moving more towards, well, that our social presence is on Twitter, and we want to be able to spend some of our days just engaging with people, getting new follows, getting some attention over there. In doing so, we're going to prompt engineer how we do that. And what I mean is So I'm probably going to write a 3,000 word prompt today that's going to say everything about Rhino, all the goals that we have, everything, right? And then I'm going to say, um, I'm going to give you the, I'm going to give you a tweet, and I'm going to tell you who it's by, and you're going to go ahead and look them up, find what's important to them, take everything that's important to Rhino, and create me a response that is witty and engaging, that has the highest probability that that individual will write back and or like us and or follow us, as well as the audience as a whole will start participating in it. Now, I know that was a big mouthful, right? But for those that participated Saturday, saw our ability to go ahead and prompt engineer a very, to be able to, this is what someone wrote me, now write something back that everyone's going to want to participate in. Once we finish that prompt, it's then just copy and paste, right? Okay, this person wrote something. Let's take what they put it into our prompt, spit something out, and send it back to them. The point of me saying that is it's going to take a lot of time to do it, but I do want to kind of do the case study on it, which I'm going to do this week, and that will be what I'm introducing this Saturday for our prompt engineering live. In which case, I want to template it out so that I could share it with you. So, for instance, this is everything about Rhino. Well, obviously, you'll have everything about your company or something like that. So you could sub out Rhino, put yours in, and do it, so that now you're able to go ahead and kind of be the most engaging, super cool person and start getting the likes and the follows and the rest, because that is all important when you want to get people into the ecosystem. So that's what I'll be doing today and for this week. I think that's it. I know I have emails to get to. That's kind of a big part of my day. I do want to spend more time with Salesforce. We were invited to their event in Jacob Javits Center May 4th. We've already accepted the invitation. I'm not sure that we're going to go because Anthony really doesn't want to go anywhere. But maybe we will. I don't know. I'm taking a look at my list. I think that's all for today. There's some stuff today feels more of a catching up, making sure everything's okay to build the rest of the week. So we have our team calls, we have our making sure the flows are correct, and our big thing outside of the bot and Whisper is the prompt that we're going to create for Twitter, which then could be created for Facebook and whatnot. We're going to take that, template it out, give it and share it with everyone else, and do a live demonstration Saturday of how it works. And ideally, it'll be really cool. Like, oh, look what this person said. Now let's go ahead and put it into this. Let's put something out. And what will be really cool is if in that half hour that we're together Saturday, you start seeing real-time follows and likes and comments back. That would be the goal. And obviously it's out of our hands because I can't force anyone to do that. Go get your handsome face out there. I'm totally going to do it. I'm going to try. So I love everyone. Everything is going really well. I'm going to actually be buying Rhino, I don't know, in a couple of minutes. I just sent a bunch of coin over, or a bunch of money over to buy it. As you noticed yesterday, we just kind of took the Sunday. And since I'm home with my daughter today, I'm actually wearing a Rhino daddy shirt. So to be totally appropriate. So love everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Bye. Oh, Deb, you're the best. Thank you. Bye, everyone.